Hello everyone, you're now with me, Ruben Gomez for TVS News at 5. Let's moving on to the news. Met Malaysia has issued an alert weather warning with heavy rain expected in several areas in Sarawak until tomorrow. The areas involved are Subis, Bluru, Miri, Marudi and Limbang.
Met Malaysia in a statement said that similar weather conditions are also expected in some areas in Sabah and Labuan until today. Meanwhile, Met Malaysia Director General Jailan Simon in a statement said strong winds can also occur in the coastal areas in Sarawak and Sabah during the period. Strong northeasterly winds of over 60 kilometers per hour with waves as high as 4.5 meters can occur in the waters of Sarawak, West Sabah and Labuan.
Malaysia Airlines Berhad received top-notch recognitions from airline ratings in an independent review of its COVID-19 health and safety measures. According to the review, the national carrier was deemed to have excelled in all categories, earning them the 7 stars.
The rating is based on 7 criteria, namely COVID-19 guidance on the airline's website, social distancing, flight attendants' PPE, the compulsory of face masks, modifications to meal service, passage hygiene kits, and deep cleaning of the aircraft. Airline Ratings is a worldwide airline safety and product rating review website. Mas Airlines Group Chief Executive Officer Captain Izam Ismail said, COVID-19 presented a challenge unlike any the aviation industry had ever faced previously. He added the airline needed to adapt its services and protocols quickly to ensure that passengers and staff are kept safe and comfortable.
The body of a boy from Kampung Haji Ismail, Kuala Tatau, who was feared drowned in the river, has been recovered. The victim's body was found about 400 meters where he went missing while fishing, accompanied by 2 of his friends.
The body of the victim, identified as 14-year-old Arfan Nirul Abdullah, was found by 3 villagers at around 12:45 a.m. The villagers stumbled upon a crocodile that appeared from the river with the victim clenched between its teeth. According to Tatau Fire and Rescue Station Chief Jangke Jikat, the victim's body was horrifically mutilated. The right hand was missing, fractured leg with crocodile bite wounds all over the body. Having successfully prevented the crocodile from continuing to eat its prey, the villagers brought the victim's body to the village hut. The body was later handed over to the police for further action.
Women's aid organizations WAO urges those who become victims of domestic violence during the implementations of the movement control order to seek help from relevant bodies. In a statement today, WAO said the victims have the options to when faced in such distress situation. Victims are advised to contact the police directly at 999. Further investigations must be carried out to identify the cause of the explosion at an oil palm product processing plant in Tanjong Langsat Pasir Gudang in Johor.
The National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health NIOSH said in a statement it views seriously the incident that resulted in 1 death and 2 other workers injured. It said occupations involving hard works such as welding, grinding or blasting close to flammable and explosive materials can result in potentially fatal disasters. NIOSH added work safety procedures, supervision and employee conduct are among matters that need to be emphasized during work. In the incident on Saturday evening, 45-year-old welder Wilson Bangau was killed. 2 other workers, Bonsi Buli, 42, and Muhammad Shafiq Abdul Rahman, 23, were injured. NIOSH said welding work near crude glycerine is very dangerous as it is easily flammable.
The Ministry of Health is updating its vaccination protocols following a report of 23 deaths among those aged 80 and above in Norway. The ministry is now collecting more data to take into consideration the age and health of the patients.
Health Minister Dato Sri Adam Baba said, with reference to the reports released by the Norwegian Medicines Agency, the deaths were among the elderly and sickly with a history of chronic disease. Health authorities in Norway have warned that COVID-19 vaccines may be too risky for those who are very old and frail. Malaysia has finalized an agreement to purchase 12.8 million doses of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccines, with an estimated first delivery date in the first quarter of this year. The doses will be enough to vaccinate 6.4 million people, with the initial shipment of 1 million doses earmarked for 500,000 frontline health workers. Dr. Adam revealed today that Pfizer had already been conditionally registered on January 8 by the National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency. He added the minister still feels the vaccine remains viable following third-phase clinical trials, which showed a 95% efficiency.
The usage of a COVID-19 vaccine is in line with the Islamic law as a means to prevent diseases as well as to protect others from harm.
According to a research officer in the Prime Minister's Department for Religious Affairs, Fahmi Rusli, the vaccination is necessary for those who have been identified by the government, and among them are the frontline workers and high-risk groups. He added that Islam encourages its followers to prevent diseases or seek treatment early before a disease is spread to others, adding that refusing to take the COVID-19 vaccine may cause a person to infect others, and this is contrary to Islamic teachings.
Those who have been identified as COVID-19 positive and instructed to undergo home quarantine are not allowed to leave their residence and must be contactable at all times. Those who have been in close contact with a COVID-19 positive individual must also self-isolate and quarantine themselves as outlined previously.
In a statement, Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham said priority for swab tests will be given to those who are symptomatic. He added the minister would not be able to conduct tests on everyone in a state that has a lot of cases. In the same statement, Dr. Noor Hisham outlined several criteria that a COVID-positive individual must follow when quarantining at home. They must stay alone in a separate room, preferably with an attached toilet. If there is no option but to share, all surfaces that are touched must be cleaned. Finally, the person in quarantine must report the status daily through the MySejahtera app or to the medical officer in charge.
Well, that's conclude the news at 5 p.m. Remember, tonight 11:30 p.m. with Cheryl Shaminato for the Nightline. Ruben Gomez signing off. Anytime, anywhere.